Knowing our past gives us a rudder with which to navigate the present. And without that past, we are simply rudderless. I had picked up some of the old stories of voyaging from my dad. The idea of a canoe large enough to carry a number of people and able to navigate those long distances really intrigued me. Being a sailor, I could tell that some of the drawings done by the early European explorers didn't look right. So I became curious and started doing some investigation and corresponding with Kenneth Emery at Bishop Museum, eventually meeting Ben Finney, putting my findings into construction drawings, and then from those doing paintings to show the presence that these vessels had on the open sea with crews on their decks and so forth. Knowing how they were built, the next question was how did they perform? And there was a good deal of heated argument among scientists at that time as to whether or not Polynesian canoes were seaworthy enough and the system of navigation adequate enough to do long-distance voyaging. Our aim was to use this canoe as a vehicle for research, as well as for cultural retrieval. Sailing to Tahiti and back was a dream, but it was not my primary concern. My primary concern was that the canoe be accepted by the Hawaiian people. If the Hawaiian people ignored it, then sailing to Tahiti and back would only be a stunt. My own personal interest was in rebuilding what I saw to be the central object of Polynesian culture. When an object is lost, then the memory of it becomes vague and distorted and eventually becomes just a fable. A lot of people got the wrong idea about the canoe when we were building it. They said, oh, you were going to put it up in blocks at Bishop Museum? And no, that's not the idea. In order for a sailing canoe to establish itself, it had to be sailed. People just came and sat all around the bay and just looked at the canoe. They didn't ask to come aboard. They just came and sat and looked at the canoe all day long, well into the night. They were communicating with the canoe. The canoe was saying something to them. So many people have recognized the fact that the voyaging canoe is a symbol of the mutuality between all of us.